Good morning, everybody. We've had a little bit of excitement on the farm, and the little chick has just gone hidden underneath the other hen. We've had one little chick hatch. See if I can spot it for you. So I've had one of my light Sussex hens. Very broody. Well, just broody. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, she's run away. Up there it is, just behind the hen. If you can see it. Yes, we've had a little chick hatched. Au naturel. And the other hen's actually looking after it. And apparently sitting on her own hen. So I've got two broody hens here. But only one chick's hatched, so I'm not quite sure what to do about that one. It's a very cute little chick. I'm still waiting for some ducks to hatch because I've got two girls on. I think you can see it now. What I should do next time is actually make sure I put a heap of eggs underneath her, because I've only got one little chick. I think she only had like 5 eggs or something underneath her, so I really didn't know how many eggs she had underneath her. So there's one chick hatched. And I got some wood chips put around my chard the other day. I'd planted some strawberries as well, but they all died, which I was most disappointed about. And my moringa that I planted here got ripped out of the ground by something, I'm not sure what. So at this stage, this little section's got some cassava, some rue, which is a good herb for the chickens and the goats, some comfrey and some pigeon pea. So I'm not sure, I'm going to try and do another moringa in there, but I'm not having a lot of luck with moringas. So yeah, and I got all here, this was all up to my hip, so it was all like that high. I haven't quite got it finished. Actually, some of it was higher than my hip, but it was all like that section down there that I haven't done yet, so I haven't got that little bit done. Just ran out of wood. But I have 2 ducks over here that are both sitting on eggs. So hopefully, I mean, there's not a large number of eggs, there's only like 5 eggs under each girl. So I'm not expecting a large hatch. But we may have some more little ducklings, which when these guys and girls hatch, I'll actually separate them and put them in another little cage on their own, so that I can make sure they're getting everything they need with food and water. But yes, and I didn't take note of the date when they started sitting on the eggs, because I've just been so unwell lately. And the heat's really knocking me around. We're starting to have a bit of an issue with water too. All my IBCs out in the paddock are all empty, and even the water in the pool's starting to get low. We're actually using the pool now for filling up the aquaponics. It looks like the duck's water has fallen in there. I'll have to go get it. It's actually a second water. There are 2 waterers in there, but they've knocked that one in the water. I'll have to get that one out. I was wondering what that was. So yeah, the pond's not doing real great at the moment. All the plants I stuck in there all died, or got eaten by duckies. Duckies. Yes, the ducks. Oh, and the chickens. I had to move them out of the paddock because the goats kept knocking the cages over when I fed them. And so I've got the chickens all moved. I've now got them back in their pen, but for 3 days they were just free ranging. And they have made a mess, scratching up all the mulch around the banana circle. They've killed at least one of my bananas, I think. It might be okay still, but the second one's not doing real well. But they did what chickens do, and they scratched up around the place, and they fertilised. And I mean, it'll be great once I've got it all remulched again. It's just having the energy and the time to remulch it. That little moringa over there, that one's doing okay. So it's doing good, although the goats chomped the top off it too. And I can't keep the goats out of this paddock at the moment because they can jump that fence. They can't get over the new fence that I made, but they're still jumping over the old fence that I haven't repaired yet. And I just haven't had the time or the energy or been well enough to actually do it. So yeah, the heat's knocking me around a lot. But yeah, so my little moringa's doing well. I'll get a bit closer for you. It's not going to hurt the bananas to step on them. Not that I'm actually standing on the bananas. There was a little one there. I don't know where it's gone. I think the chickens ate it, or they buried it, or something. I'm not sure which. But yeah, the moringa's doing well. The goats did chomp off the top, but it's sprouted back again, which is why I've got it in the cage to try and protect it a little bit more. I could possibly put something against the fence to stop them. I'll try and stop them. Goats are rather persistent, but it's okay growing through the fence at the moment. I'm not holding out much hope for my mulberry trees at the moment after letting them get ring-barked by the goats. Wasn't my best idea ever. But again, I was struggling to find somewhere to put the goats at the time that had any grass because my paddocks are just so dry. I've got so little grass at the moment. But yes, and I need to get some more mulch moved. Shane spread out these piles of mulch here, so I'm actually thinking these would be really good spots to actually plant into. So at the moment, I've got the chickens scratching up this area. I'll probably leave them here for a couple of weeks to scratch up. There's a large amount of wood chips under them where they are, so they'll scratch that up, manure it up, and then it'll be perfect for planting into. I probably should have left a bit of a gap there. I might still move them over a bit. But yes, after much struggle, I managed to get all of the chickens back in the pens. The Rhode Island Reds were reasonably easy. They put themselves back in. But these girls did not want to go in. I had to wait until they were roosting to put them away. It looks like one of the girls is laying me an egg. Oh, one of the Rhode Island Reds is laying me an egg too. I haven't seen any eggs for ages. But I swapped the feed that I was giving them too, so that decreased the amount of eggs I was getting. But the girls had a lovely time while they were out, scratching up all over here, and I would love to have them set up out here. And I was thinking about bringing the electric fence out and putting it out, but I'm just not sure how it'll go in the wood chips because the wood chips are so thick. I'm a bit concerned that it may not be able to hold up well, but I'd really love to have the chickens out here just tilling this area up, scratching it up nicely and preparing it for planting. But I mean, honestly, it's not a huge drama to do it tractor at a time because that's probably all I've got energy for at the moment anyway. So I might move these coops over the side here and start moving them around. I need to trim down this, prune this lemon tree too. But it's getting the time to do it. I really should be upstairs at the moment because the boys are up there on their own. I only came down briefly because one of the chickens' the nipple broke, so I had to get a new nipple for it. Oh, I have to show you how the banana's going. Have a look at the banana. How many bananas are on? It's doing so well. And the sweet potato's going nuts down there. I'm looking forward to harvesting that. But look at all those bananas. I mean, it's going to take a long time before they're ready to eat. But look at all of them forming. I love it. See all the new bananas all forming. More in under there. And the bees get in there and they have a delightful time and turn it all into bananas. Love it. Looking forward to having more bananas growing because bananas are something we really love. Actually, it's one of the first things that Jonathan's saying is banana. But yeah, the other banana tree over there. So yes, in any case, That may actually have gotten to the male flower bananas, but the male part of the flower, but we'll see. I don't think so yet. I think it's still the females. It's been a long time since I've had bananas grow though, so I've kind of forgotten. But yeah, so the chickens have been having a lot of fun back here. And you can see they are just finding so much in the wood chips. They are just loving it. They get to dust bath in it. They're just having a wonderful time. Not sure what that rooster's up to in the nesting box. Probably eating an egg. Should be a little bit painful. He was actually one of the hardest to get in there. A bit frustrating really. But he's in there now. I've got all of them back in their pens. I should move these over. I'll do that this afternoon. I'll move them over a section so I've got a walkway in between the pens. So yes, I'm very pleased with having these girls out on the wood chips now. And this will be a good spot for a garden too, because it's nice and close to the house, but I can still drive the car through there and get any trucks if I need to, get anything delivered out the back there, which usually the one thing I get delivered is wood chips. So yes, big truckloads of wood chips. Add some extra organic matter into the soil to help combat the fact that we just don't get a lot of rain. Just not a lot of rain. I need to get in and trim that bamboo at some point too, so they can actually walk underneath it. It's a lot to do. A lot to do. But yeah, we're making some progress. Very slow progress at the moment because I've been so unwell. And we had to sell all the sheep because I've just been so unwell I couldn't keep up with everything. So we pruned everything back, which is totally a farming principle and a biblical principle, that you prune things back to what's working. So I'm still considering decreasing the goats a bit more, to only possibly having the 2 girls. At the moment I've got 4. The 3 that are in here, I've got 2 milking, but I'm only milking them every second day. There's Laura. She's a good girl. But yeah, I'm only milking every second day. Actually, sometimes every third day, which isn't good for their milk supply. And I'm risking having them run out of drying up, which I don't really want them to dry up, but I just haven't been well enough to do anything more. And we've got too many chickens. Well, actually no, they're mostly roosters, so we really need to process some of them and put some of them in the freezer. But it's not going to happen just yet. You're enjoying that mulberry, aren't you? You're appreciating the fact that I'm holding it down for you. She's a good girl, Laura. Laura had twins last time. I'd love to be able to keep all of them, but until I get more systems set up so that I've got more forage for them, more trees for them to be able to eat, more organic matter in the soil. There's Marbella. Marbella's due to kid soon. She's got a bit of a nasty cough. Probably need to worm her in the next couple of days because she is due to kid very soon. Early February, I believe she's due. I'm not entirely positive of my dates, but I know she was with Charlie, who was from the petting zoo. He was the goat that I had that was possibly part American Pygmy. He was a lovely goat. I never did get him tested, but there was only so much that I could keep, and had to make some choices, and there were some hard choices that I had to make. It was really hard selling the sheep because it was just hard selling the sheep. But it was either that or there was no or. I had no choice. I really had to sell the sheep. I couldn't keep up with it. And when it comes down to it, this property is about improving our health, not knocking myself stupid trying to do everything. And it's about healing and restoring the land, and having too many animals on it and not enough plants isn't healing and restoring the land. She's having fun. Really enjoying the mulberries. That branch is definitely not going to cope any well. The really good part was, for the guy that bought the sheep anyway, was Brownie actually lambed the day after he got them. So we actually drove them out to the place, and he's got like knee-high grass over 40 acres. So the sheep are going to be very happy. But yeah, so Brownie had triplets, 3 little girls, beautiful little girls. They were just really, really cute. And if you have a look on my Instagram feed, you'll see a photo of Brownie and the 3 girls and all the long grass that they've got to munch on. So 3 very happy little lambs, and honestly, because she's had 3 again, they're going to need bottle feeding, and I couldn't have done it. I just, with the homeschooling and with Jonathan, I just got too much on my plate. I needed to pare down to what was actually sustainable for our family. Well, isn't that interesting? She can get a fair way through that fence, can't she? The poor mulberry tree's still in danger. I should probably put some chicken wire up there so that the plants have got some sort of hope. At the moment they don't have a lot of hope. And the goats are choking themselves to be able to get to the plant leaves. So yes, I should chop back some more of that bamboo, because they love eating that. It gives them fresh forage. Hey, she got herself out. Good, good, good. I gave them some... I've been chopping off branches off different trees around the place and tossing it into the paddock for them, but not as much as they really would like. So I've also been supplementing with lucerne, because we just haven't had any rain. And the rain that's been around has managed to miss us. They like getting into stuff. See how high they can get. I'm not quite sure what she's after. Oh, there's a branch there she's after. I don't think she can reach that one. Yeah, Mary can't get through as easy as Laura can. It's not good for my fence though, having them stand on it like that. You can see the post wiggling. She's not good for it. Not good for it at all. But goats love mulberry trees. They love them. Absolutely love mulberry trees. And so do I. But yeah, that's the very long update for today. Sorry I've been so quiet lately, but I've just been struggling to get stuff done and not really getting stuff done that I need to get done. We really need to prepare the place more for when we don't have rain. I mean, yes, I've got my IBCs around the place, but we need to get more gutters up and have more water collection, because there's just not enough. It's not enough water, and it's a big problem. But we will find a solution. I need to plant more trees, but the other problem with planting more trees is you need water to be able to water them, or you need a very deep mulch to be able to make it so that the water's and the moisture's drawn up from the surface, and so that when you do have rain, it holds on to the moisture for times when it's dry. I mean, this wood chips over here, it was so damp when it was all spread out. Yes, which is why that area is so thick, because it was just too moist to be able, too wet to be able to move. And it's not that we've had rain, it's just that the wood chips hold moisture, which is why I'm using them, because they help to make it so you don't need as much rain. So yeah, I'm looking forward to having the chickens come over here and scratch up and till this area and manure it and fertilise it. This will be a good spot for a garden, I think. Be nice and close to the back door, so it'll be easy to come down. So the back door's just there. It'll be easy to come down the back steps, pick stuff for dinner. That'll be good. Be really good. At the moment we don't have a lot of stuff. I mean, everything's in process, but a lot of it's not really ready to eat. We don't even have the celery that we used to because it kind of has all been dying off. There's an egg. Look at that. An egg. How am I going to get that? Right in the middle of the coop. That was not a helpful spot to lay it. Not quite sure how I'm going to get that one. Have to think about that one. I'll figure it out though. I might get some shade cloth to put over these guys because it's starting to get a bit warm and they don't have a lot of shade in there at the moment. Yeah, I've got some more shade cloth, so I'll go get that. I've been putting shade cloth up for everybody lately. I need to put some shade cloth up for me. But yes, anyway, have a great one. Any comments, questions or suggestions, leave them below and I'll catch up with you later. Bless you. Bye.